Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the Washington quarter dollar, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Have you ever spent a quarter without thinking twice, only to realize later that you might have just let go of a small fortune? Well, today, I'm about to tell you about one of the most valuable modern quarters out there, the American Washington quarter dollar from 2016 with no mint mark. This isn't just any ordinary coin you'd find in your spare change. This one comes from a proof set, and if you happen to have it in pristine condition, it could be worth an incredible amount of money. And I'm not talking about a few $100s, I mean life-changing amounts that could go as high as $39,000. So, what makes this quarter so special? Why is it worth so much more than just 25 cents? Let's break it down because this is one of the biggest hidden treasures in modern US coinage, and you won't want to miss a single detail. First, let's talk about proof coins. A proof coin isn't like the regular coins that you get in your change. Proof coins are specially made for collectors. They have a mirror-like finish, sharper details, and a much higher quality strike compared to regular coins meant for everyday use. These coins are struck multiple times with specially polished dies, which gives them a deep, shiny background and frosted details. Every proof coin should have a mint mark to indicate where it was produced, usually an S for San Francisco. However, a rare mistake occurred with some of these 2016 Washington quarters, and a few were accidentally struck without a mint mark. This might not seem like a big deal at first, but in the world of coin collecting, an error like this can turn a coin into an extremely valuable rarity. When a proof coin is missing a mint mark, it means something went wrong at the US Mint, and errors like this are incredibly sought after by collectors. The fewer there are, the more valuable they become. Now, here's the big question: how do you know if you have this rare 2016 no mint mark Washington quarter? First, take a close look at any 2016 proof quarters you might have. If you have one, check just below the words, "In God We Trust," on the front of the coin. If there's no mint mark, you might be holding something incredibly valuable. But here's where it gets even more exciting, because the value of this coin isn't just a few $100s. Some of these no mint mark proof quarters have sold for $2,700, and in perfect condition, the price has soared to a mind-blowing $39,000. That's right, a single quarter could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, and most people have no idea they might be sitting on one. So, what should you do if you find one of these rare coins? The first thing you need to do is avoid spending it by mistake. Don't take it to a store, don't toss it in a coin jar, and definitely don't let it disappear into your pocket change. Instead, handle it carefully, preferably with gloves to avoid fingerprints or scratches, and get it checked by a professional grading service. Companies like PCGS or NGC can officially authenticate your coin, and once it's graded, you'll know exactly how much it's worth. Then comes the exciting part: selling it for top dollar. Rare coin collectors and auction houses are always on the hunt for coins like this, and if yours is in high-grade condition, you could be looking at a massive payday. Imagine turning a single quarter into thousands of dollars just because you knew what to look for. This is why coin collecting is such an exciting and profitable hobby. Most people don't realize that some of the rarest and most valuable coins are still out there, hiding in collections, proof sets, and even in circulation. The difference between spending a quarter and cashing in big comes down to knowledge. And now, you know exactly what to look for. So don't wait. Go through your proof sets, check your coins, and see if you have this rare 2016 no mint mark Washington quarter. Because if you do, you could be holding on to a treasure worth thousands. Top 2. Imagine holding a simple 1972 Washington quarter in your hand, something that looks just like any other pocket change. But what if I told you that a specific version of this coin could be worth an absolute fortune? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1972 Washington quarter, without a mint mark, from a proof set, could fetch an astonishing price ranging from $4,500 all the way up to a jaw-dropping $57,000. Now, before you rush to check your coin jar, let's break this down. Most people don't realize that the 1972 Washington quarter has different versions, and the one we're talking about today is not your typical quarter found in everyday circulation. This specific coin comes from a proof set, meaning it was specially struck with high-quality dies, resulting in a mirror-like finish and exceptional detail. Unlike regular coins that are mass-produced for daily transactions, proof coins are carefully minted for collectors, making them significantly rarer. But here's the catch: not all 1972 proof quarters are worth a fortune. The key detail to look for is that it must have no mint mark. Most proof quarters from this year were struck at the San Francisco Mint and bear an S mint mark. However, a rare few were mistakenly struck without any mint mark at all, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. These error coins are what drive up the price into the thousands. So, how do you know if you have this golden ticket in your collection? First, take a close look at your 1972 quarter under good lighting. If you see an S mint mark above the date, it's from the San Francisco Mint and is a standard proof coin. But if there's no mint mark at all, you might just be in possession of a highly sought-after rarity. Of course, condition matters. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with deep mirror-like surfaces will command the highest prices. Now, let's talk about the money. The value of a no-mint mark 1972 proof quarter depends on its condition, demand, and rarity. While lower-graded examples can sell for $4,500, a flawless specimen with deep cameo contrast and perfect strike can skyrocket in value to an unbelievable $57,000 at auction. This is why it's absolutely crucial to check your collection carefully. A simple oversight could mean letting a fortune slip through your fingers. Imagine spending a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars on a cup of coffee. Sounds like a nightmare, right? That's why knowledge is power when it comes to coin collecting. So, what should you do if you think you have one? First, avoid cleaning the coin. Any attempt to polish or alter its surface can drastically reduce its value. Instead, take it to a professional coin grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, to have it authenticated and graded. If it turns out to be the real deal, you might just have a life-changing payday on your hands. The world of rare coins is filled with hidden treasures, and the 1972 Washington quarter with no mint mark is one of the most valuable sleepers in American numismatics. With prices soaring between $4,500 and $57,000, finding one could be like hitting the jackpot. So check your proof sets, dig through your collections, and who knows? You might just be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Top 3. Imagine checking your coin collection or pocket change and stumbling upon a simple-looking 1989 Washington quarter with no mint mark. You might think it's just another ordinary quarter worth 25 cents. But what if I told you that one specific version of this coin has been sold for an astonishing amount, up to $47,000? Yes, you heard that right. A Washington quarter from 1989, with no mint mark from a proof set, has shocked collectors and investors with its incredible value. This is the kind of coin that can turn a small discovery into a massive payday. Now you might be wondering, how can a quarter from 1989 be worth that much money? What makes this specific coin so valuable? The answer lies in a rare mistake made by the US Mint. This isn't just any quarter, it's a proof coin that somehow made its way out of the mint without the usual S mint mark. Proof coins are specially struck using highly polished dies and blanks, meant for collectors, not for circulation. They typically bear an S mint mark, indicating they were produced at the San Francisco Mint. But in this rare instance, some 1989 proof quarters were minted without the S mint mark, making them incredibly scarce and highly sought after. Now, let's talk about why this coin is worth so much. The rarity of a proof coin without a mint mark is what drives its value sky high. The US Mint has strict quality control, so errors like this are nearly impossible. That's why when one is found, it becomes a collector's dream. People are willing to pay thousands, even tens of thousands, just to own a piece of this minting mistake. It's not just a coin, it's history, a numismatic mystery, and a valuable investment all in one. The highest recorded sale of this coin shocked collectors worldwide. Depending on the condition and grading, its value can range from $3,500 to an incredible $47,000. Yes, a single 1989 Overmintmark proof quarter has reached that price at auctions. So, the big question is, do you have one of these hidden treasures in your collection? If you do, you might be holding a coin worth a fortune. Keep searching, because the next valuable coin could be right in your hands. Top 4. Have you ever thought that a simple quarter sitting in your pocket or hidden in an old coin jar could be worth an absolute fortune? Well, get ready, because today, we're talking about one of the most sought after and incredibly valuable Washington quarters, the rare 1966 Overmintmark quarter that has been turning heads in the numismatic world. Some of these coins have sold for jaw-dropping prices, ranging from $4,000 to an astonishing $77,000. Yes, you heard that right, $77,000 for a single quarter. This is not just any Washington quarter. The 1966 Overmintmark quarter has a unique and mysterious history, making it one of the most desirable coins for collectors. The U.S. Mint was in a transitional period at the time, having recently removed silver from quarters in 1965. To prevent hoarding, they also stopped placing mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967, making it challenging to determine where they were struck. But here's where things get really interesting. While the majority of these quarters were produced for everyday circulation, a few were struck under special conditions, creating incredibly rare proof-like coins that were not meant to be released to the public. Some of these proof-quality 1966 quarters have found their way into circulation, and if you happen to have one, you could be sitting on a life-changing amount of money. But what exactly makes these proof quarters so valuable? Let's break it down. Proof coins are struck using polished dies and special planchets, giving them a sharp, mirror-like finish and impeccable details. These coins were originally created for collectors and were never supposed to enter regular circulation. However, in rare cases, certain proof coins escape the mint and end up being used as everyday money. These rogue coins are the ones collectors dream of finding, and if you have one in pristine condition, it could be worth an absolute fortune. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare and valuable 1966 Washington quarters? First, take a close look at the coin's surface. A standard quarter from this year will have a more muted, worn-down look due to regular use. But a proof quarter? That's a completely different story. These coins have a deep, glossy mirror-like background with sharp, frosted details. If your quarter has an unusually reflective surface and the design appears crisp and detailed, you might just be holding a highly sought-after proof coin. Next, let's talk about condition. Like all valuable coins, the price of a rare 1966 quarter depends heavily on its grade. Coins that are in near-perfect condition, free of scratches, wear, and damage, can sell for significantly higher amounts. Grading agencies like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins based on their condition, and a high-grade proof 1966 quarter could be worth an incredible amount of money. In recent years, collectors have paid up to $77,000 for the finest examples of these rare quarters. Imagine finding a small, unassuming coin that turns out to be worth that much. It's like winning the lottery. But here's where things get even more exciting. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for key dates, errors, and unique variations. If you're lucky enough to have a proof-like 1966 quarter with a flawless surface and sharp details, you could be looking at a huge payday. Even lower-graded versions of these rare quarters have sold for thousands of dollars, making them some of the most valuable Washington quarters in existence. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these rare quarters? The first step is to avoid spending it. Don't just assume it's worth only 25 cents. This could be one of the rarest coins in your collection. Instead, take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service to have it evaluated. A little bit of patience and effort could lead to a massive reward, especially if your coin turns out to be in pristine condition. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1966 Washington quarter is one of the biggest hidden treasures out there. Most people don't realize that these rare proof coins exist, which means many of them could still be sitting in old collections, coin rolls, or even in someone's change jar without anyone knowing their true value. That's why it's so important to check your quarters carefully. You never know when you might come across one of these incredibly valuable coins. Think about it. A single quarter, a coin that most people overlook, could be worth anywhere from $4,000 to an unbelievable $77,000. That's not just extra spending money, that's life-changing cash. It could help pay off debt, fund a vacation, or even go toward buying a new car or home. And the best part? These rare coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered. So start searching through your old change, check your collections, and don't ignore any 1966 Washington quarters you come across. If you find one with an unusually reflective surface and sharp details, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. This is your chance to turn pocket change into real money, so don't miss out on the opportunity. Who knows? You might be the next lucky person to find one of these hidden gems and cash in on an incredible payday worth up to $77,000. Top 5. Imagine finding a simple 1967 Washington quarter in your collection or pocket change, only to discover it could be worth a fortune. That's right, a single 1967 quarter, a coin most people overlook, has been sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auctions. If you think all Washington quarters from the 1960s are just common pocket change, you might want to think again. Because certain versions of this coin, especially those from proof sets, have shocked collectors and investors alike by reaching astonishing prices. Before you spend that old quarter, take a closer look. The 1967 Washington quarter was minted in a time of transition for U.S. coinage. Just 2 years earlier, in 1965, the U.S. Mint removed silver from dimes and quarters, shifting to a copper-nickel composition. And because of the widespread hoarding of silver coins, the government stopped placing mint marks on quarters from 1965 to 1967 to discourage collecting. This means all 1967 quarters, whether struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, lack a mint mark. But that doesn't mean they are all the same. The real hidden treasure among them comes from special mint sets, specifically the coins that were struck with proof-like qualities. Unlike the standard circulation strikes, these special mint set quarters were produced with higher quality dies and extra care, resulting in a sharp, mirror-like finish. And here's where things get interesting. Certain 1967 quarters from these sets have surfaced in extraordinary condition, leading to record-breaking sales. Condition is everything in the world of rare coins. A typical worn 1967 quarter is worth only face value, but an uncirculated or high-grade coin from a proof set can bring serious money. Coins graded in the highest categories, especially those with deep cameo contrast, are what collectors go crazy for. These coins have incredibly sharp details and strong frosted designs that contrast beautifully against the shiny, mirror-like background. Only a small fraction of the 1967 quarters meet this standard, making them extremely desirable. Now, let's talk about the kind of money we're dealing with. Some of these 1967 quarters have fetched life-changing sums at auction. While an average uncirculated example might bring a few $100s, the rarest proof-like versions have shattered expectations. The highest recorded sale for a pristine, deep cameo specimen reached an unbelievable $71,000, and other high-grade examples have commanded prices around $4,000. That's a staggering amount for a quarter most people wouldn't think twice about. So, before you dismiss that old 1967 quarter in your collection, take a moment to examine it. Look for sharp, frosted details, a reflective mirror finish, and absolutely no signs of wear. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare proof quality coins, you could be holding on to a small fortune. This is why coin collecting is so exciting. You never know when a simple piece of change could turn into a jackpot. Keep searching, because your next great discovery might be closer than you think.